What is going on, ladies and gents? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? What is happening? Oh, it's so good to be back. So excited to be talking with you all here on this great Monday. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving with your family weekend. I just hope y'all had an awesome week. I know I did. As you know, took all of last week off because my wife and I and our dog Carter, shout out to Carter, which he took his first ever road trip to South Carolina. We went to go spend Thanksgiving with my in-laws, and we had um, more family visiting from out of town. We were so excited, and it was just a thrill. It was a great time just to hang with family, share great laughs. We watched some great movies. I ate like a stuffed pig. Ate like a stuffed pig. Before I go further into that, to that experience, welcome to the Arrington Gavin podcast. I am your guy, Arrington Gavin, your friend, your homie, your bro, who you always like to sit down and have a great conversation with. I am so excited to be sitting down with you all again. Let me get my stuff all adjusted. There we go. Yeah, man, coming to you with another great episode. This is episode, I believe, 44 of the Arrington Gavin podcast, and it is presented by Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. For more information about them, hey, check out ruggedevo.com. Uh, Look, y'all, back with you for a great show. Gonna have uh, uh some pretty I guess, and not really good stories. I mean, I got one pretty good story I might share a little later, but um yeah, man, a lot of the topics and stories that have been shared all of last week have not been great. But before I get into that, again, continuing about my time in South Carolina with the in-laws, man, we had an awesome time. I ate like a stuffed pig. When I tell you I ate like crazy, I ate so much. I kid you not. If I could literally like not eat for the next 3 days, like I ate so much when it came to the turkey, the ham, the stuff, and I had let me see what my family had made. They made, of course, the turkey, ham, fried chicken, uh, um, what else? Potato salad, mashed potatoes, stuffing, gravy, string beans, collard greens, um, you know. No, I'm joking. But what else did they make? Yams. You had the cranberry sauce. You had the dinner rolls. Then you had desserts. You had sweet potato pie, apple, like crumble pie. You had a cherry pie. I mean, oh, and like a pound cake. I mean, come on. And my ass had every single thing. I had to. I had to. The very first day, I really like just ate like a I don't know, like I was from like Africa that never had any food. Like literally, I was eating like if I was one of those kids on the commercial where it's like, hey, for 75 cents a day. Like I was eating like a freaking man off the street. Like I was eating like I never even knew food even existed. Um, it was bad. It was bad. I ate so much, but I made it through. And then of course later in the evening, ate some more. What else? What else? We watched some good movies. Watch some Christmas movies because see, one thing my wife can't stand that that I love doing during the holidays, I can binge watch on Christmas movies nonstop, Hallmark all day. Don't judge me. Do not judge me. I can watch Hallmark. I just like getting in that spirit, man. I like listening to holiday music. I like listening to watching corny Hallmark Christmas movies. I watch any holiday theme, whether if it's on Disney Plus, because see, all the streaming services now they have their Christmas movies out now. Peacock is partnered with Hallmark, so they got all their Hallmark right there. Disney goes back to all their holiday movies, like the Santa Claus, Home Alone, you name it. Netflix has theirs. Every platform has their category of Christmas movie. BET Plus has theirs, which I really enjoy because I remember when I first became a fan of just tuning into Christmas movies on Hallmark. The first thing that I always noticed was like, where the hell is the black people at? I looked at every single one and I'm busy counting, because come on, as black people, we notice things. We always keep our eyes out. Okay, whether we're at an event or you revisit a church, you count how many black people are in it. Um, cities, town, you name, you're always counting how many black people are in it. So, with the Hallmark movies, I was counting how many black people were in it. I'm like, I barely will see one, and that one person will be an extra or will have like the worst uh uh line or the worst part in that movie. It'll be like the kind gentleman who sells, I don't know, pretzels on the street. Or like has a little kiosk or has a little family owned shop. Like they never were the front and center uh uh the main characters of the film. So I remember they started to expand and be like, oh, now we have one person who's going to be the main character, and that person is black, but that he will be the only black person on that movie. Now they somehow will emphasize in all black films. It's very rare. They might have like a few pop up here and there, but I say that to say because BET Plus or BET TV1 as well too, they are always big on premiering black films, black Christmas films, black holiday films. Because if you think about it, if you ask people, and I ask you guys, what are your favorite holiday films, and are they black holiday films, right? So for me, my all-time favorite Christmas movies, you can't go wrong with Home Alone 1 and 2 for me. Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, uh A Christmas Story, the first one. The second one was all right, but the first one, um, I do like This Christmas and Almost Christmas. They're pretty much the same movie to me, but it's a great film. I think This Christmas was really a very, very popular black holiday film that everybody always plays consistently. Last Holiday. Last Holiday, I think that had Queen Latifah. That was technically a holiday film. Eh, it it wasn't. Well, I take that back. It wasn't really a holiday film. That was really just like a film in general. But it was I guess because it has the word holiday in it. I consider it a holiday film. But I do enjoy my Christmas movies. So we watched a lot of Christmas movies. Um, what else did we watch? Just binge watch this TV show. I don't even know the name of it. That was on Netflix. The ladies, like my aunts and my mother-in-law and Shier, they were all started watching. I just started continuing it midway. So I tuned in and watched that. I had got plenty of rest. That was the main focus. I was, wanted to do is get plenty of rest. And the town that my in-laws live in is almost like it reminds you of a small Hallmark town. It's in the country, but it's a beautiful city, beautiful town, and it's just peaceful. If you want to go somewhere to hide away, definitely is a place that I will consider heading to. Um, what else was new? Oh, Good Burger 2 came out. Good Burger 2 came out, which I'm a huge fan of Good Burger. That's one of my favorite movies. The second one came out, I believe, on the 22nd of November, and I was like, "Oh, it's about to be on and popping out." Checked it out. I would say for me, I will give it like a hmm. I would probably give it a low C to maybe like a high D plus. And the reason why the reason why is because it's always hard to produce and premiere a great sequel. It's very difficult for, especially when the first film was so great. Now, I don't know if their initial intention was to top the first film, which realistically you just can't. It's just like when a lot of shows and movies reboot, you just can't top off the previous work that made you so much money. Um, but it, the the theme in which the theme was interesting. Of course, it takes it back 25 plus years later. What are they doing now? Uh, that was pretty much the whole premises. Well, we gotta save Good Burger. And it's streaming now, so I don't care. as far as if you haven't seen it or not. But the the premises of it showed that Keenan Keenan Thompson's character was like a struggling entrepreneur. He was always branching out these ideas that one day they're gonna hit. Get rich quick well, not really get rich quick schemes, but he was always trying to make money, but his ideas was flopping, right? He wasn't what he always told his family, his friends he was doing. Um none of his ideas ever grew. So it forces him to go back home, visit his friend, Kel, who is still at Good Burger. And not only is he still at Good Burger, he owns Good Burger. And Good Burger is a very popular uh fast food burger joint in his area. Kel has a family, he has kids, he is successful, right? And he's thinking he's nowhere near successful like his friend Keenan, because obviously Keenan always talks about his success and all this stuff with all his companies and businesses. And being the success how successful Good Burger is, there's always people trying to say, hey, look, let's turn into a franchise, let's make some money, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. So Kel is always being nagged about, hey, are you gonna ever sell it, are you ever gonna turn it into a a franchise, this and that and the other. Fast forwarding, you have the bad guys are um the bad guys are what are they? They have relations to the the villain from the first movie, and it's all about revenge. You have a lot of stars in it, a lot of singing parts in it. Uh, I think it was really just this film was just something to help uplift everybody, help the family, watch a good movie together. Um, like I said, we want to see it. We want to see it win, and I do too. But if I have to be honest, it wasn't that great in comparison to the first one. But if you just wanted to, if you say, "Hey, look, was it a cute movie to watch with your family?" Sit back, put a movie on for 'em. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. But I do hope that they make profit. Whatever their budget is, I hope they make over that. I hope it doesn't really show that they failed in the I guess the streams and the views and all that stuff, because I want to see them win. But just as a fan of Good Burger, it was just fun to see them back together and making a movie. But it was aight. It was aight. Now, getting into the nitty gritty of things, um, there were a lots of, let's say, a lot of stories in the news during the week of Thanksgiving that was like, man, it just made you want to drop everything. Like, what? So I feel as though it's the return of the Me Too movement, right? We've always, since the start of the Me Too movement, and the Me Too movement was mainly men of higher power that everybody just always thought they were great. They were doing great things in their community. They were doing great things, successful in their industries. But one to two to maybe even like 20 people will come out and say, hey, look, no, he sexually assaulted me. And that was pretty much the whole Me Too movement, because that is a real thing. Abuse in the workplace, because women will a lot in our society, in our world, and it's really sad, but women can make an allegation, or will say, hey, look, this gentleman did this to me, and because this person is so popular, important, has a top tier position, he has the power to just quiet that down, and nobody will ever listen to the female. And that's why the whole Me Too movement was established, because there are so many women like that are victims, that are survivors. And so they have their movement, they have their marches. Hashtag Me Too is, it's a major thing. The reason why I say it's the return of it, because if you can't recall, Cassie, former girlfriend to Sean Diddy Combs, she had said that he had assaulted her, I believe, multiple times, and even participated in like sex trafficking, abuse, like physical abuse, whatnot, whatnot. And what what the hard thing was the fact that there were never she had the opportunity to make to file criminal charges against Diddy, but she did not. She end up they end up settling for like I think $30 million, maybe even more than that. And the reason why that hurts the female is because okay, now you're gonna get the group of people that says, "Well, it was always about the money. It was always about the money." It was it even did it even happen? Did he even make any out? Did he even assault her? Right? Everything she's saying is false because all she wanted was money. But people forget that an innocent man would refuse to pay that kind of money. Now, Diddy has plenty of it. Diddy is damn near a billionaire. But if you are in, if you are, if you are trying to defend yourself and uh, 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 continue to share your innocence, then I'm not paying jack squat. I don't care how. I don't care if he's even just trying to quiet her down because it just may. That's a huge and very serious allegation, especially you being a parent. I know he has two daughters. Um, it's rough. It's rough. The reason why I bring him up is because after that was settled, you're thinking that okay, Diddy's off the hook, right? Everything's goody two shoe. Well, now you have two more women that comes out that comes out sexual assault lawsuit against Diddy. Now this one is by People Magazine, reported by People Magazine. It's titled Diddy facing third sexual assault lawsuit as a music mogul denies all allegations. Now the allegation comes the same day that the entertainer was named in another lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault of a college student in 91. Now I'll read just a little bit of this article. A third woman has accused Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault, according to the lawsuit filed on Thursday in New York City County Supreme Court. Now, in the lawsuit obtained by People and first reported by Rolling Stone, a Jane Doe alleged that Combs, 54, who's currently 54, and a singer-songwriter Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall is from I believe he's from the famous group Guy, Aaron Hall, with Teddy Riley and it's another gentleman. Took turns raping her and friend in New York City more than 30 years ago. Now the allegations comes the same day that the entertainer was named in another lawsuit accusing him of sexually assaulting of a college student in 91 and days after settling the different lawsuit accusing him of rape and abuse of all litigation filed under the Adult Survivors Act, which expired on Friday. Now, this past year, Diddy has received, I believe, like two Icon or two Legends Award in two different, like I think one by MTV, another one by BET. It was a few other. I'm forgetting the award shows, but it's like literally did he either piss people off or it's just like why now? That's really the question. When it comes to these allegations, the question that always pops up is why now? Why now? As far as for Diddy is concerned, it is not looking good for him because you just settled with the previous lawsuit, which in my mind makes you look guilty because you're paying them to keep quiet. Two more allegations and he's denying them now. Now, Diddy has always been the way he promotes himself on social media, and the side that I've always, seen Diddy was the fact that, hey, family man, I'm all about business, I'm all about partying, I'm all about having good times, I'm all about love. But there are rumors that always says, well, those Diddy parties are suspect, or Diddy is a part of he's part of like the Black Mafia. You get I mentioned on our radio show, shout out to In Your City, WNSB Hot 91, the Soul of VA, every Sundays at 12 p.m. Had to throw in that plug. We spoke on the radio show about there's so many movies and TV shows that are they put you in the setting of like the music industry, and the producers, directors, they always got like some black mafia going on. And in my mind, I'm like, well, who do those characters depict in real life? Because there has to be some truth to those stories, right? And they have to gravitate to somebody that says, hey, look, I'm gonna act like this person in this role, right? You've seen Empire. Uh Empire really kind of went realistic with the music industry, and we've seen other movies about that. And I'm like, well, who are they talking about? Who are they talking about, right? So it's not looking good for Diddy. It's not looking good for Diddy. Now, there's also, if I can find that article, I think there was an associate of Diddy's that also was accused of sexual assault. If I can't pull up the article, I'm not gonna stretch that one out too long, but I think like a former president of his, maybe, hold on. Yeah, so this is okay. This is reported by NBC News. Uh, let's see. Diddy's company's named in a new suit accusing an ex bad boy president of sexual assault, assaulting an assistant. So again, an associate of Diddy, also in the same category as Sean Diddy Combs. I'm gonna tell you another one that made a lot of noise. Uh, Jimmy Iovine. Now you're probably wondering, okay, who is Jimmy Iovine? In the music world, Jimmy Iovine is one of the most important men in music. Jimmy Iovine is the co-founder of, I believe, is it Interscope? Yes, Interscope Records. I love making sure I know my making sure I remember my facts in my notes. Yes, he is the former, or excuse me, he is the co-founder of Interscope Records, and there was lawsuit filed against uh a lawsuit filed against him in sexual assault. So okay, boom. Is this now the 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 hip hop Me Too movement now? Now, I spoke with a friend of mine earlier today, and he had said, no, if you can't recall, years and a long time ago, Russell Simmons was involved in, when Me Too movement was really, starting to expand. His name was mentioned, and I'll tell you one thing: you haven't heard from Russell Simmons since. Now, he is right technically as far as in the hip hop world, but I feel like this is more, uh, uh, this is really bringing a lot of attention. I mean, Jimmy Iovine, who had just, I think Jimmy just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Again, Diddy's name back with three. Uh, Computer's moving a little slow here. What's going on, people? Um, Not only was Diddy's name and Jimmy Iovine's name, I told you, a former associate of Diddy, uh, Cuba Gooding Jr., which I'll be honest, Cuba needs to sit his ass down because Cuba is always uh getting himself in trouble. Like you always catch videos of him break dancing and partying all the time. He hasn't made a great film. Huh. When is he? I think the last great film I've seen Cuba Gooding Jr. in was American Gangster. That was the last, and American Gangster was a long time ago. Long time ago. That was probably the last film I remember seeing him in. And he's a very talented guy, very talented guy. But he keeps on getting himself in trouble with the kind of like the same category, sexual assault. It says here, reported by Complex, Cuba Gooding Jr. faces 2 new sexual assault lawsuits before New York adult survivors law expires. Now, Cuba Gooding Jr. is an Oscar-winning actor. He's a highly accomplished actor, but since then it has been straight downhill for him. And for me, I feel as though I'm just speaking on Cuba. And I'm not saying he's innocent at all. I'm not saying he's guilty because, hey, you're innocent till proven guilty. I don't know, if you're proven yet, but he just brings off like, hey, look at me. I know I'm the ish. I'm this, I'm that. He really loves some him. And he thinks all the ladies think the same thing in his head. Sorry to break it to you, Cuba. Nah, nah, nah. The ladies don't think that. Nah, they don't. Okay. I mean, if you're not dating this person, or if this is not your wife, then don't make passes. Don't put your hands. If they say no, no means no. Like, it's a different time. I mean, he's up there in age. He's in his 50s. I don't know how the macking strategy, how how it was back in the day, how you used to get your mac on, how you used to flirt and all that stuff. That is different from those years to now, right? So again, Cuba Gooding Jr. That's about 4 names I've already mentioned. Now, this is all what I've heard within last week. Um, Also, moving on to politics, still in the same realm of sexual assault. Uh, former governor, Former governor of New York City, Andrew Cuomo, who he had actually resigned, if I'm not mistaken, or he did. I know he did not finish his term as governor because there were uh, uh, a lot of allegations. It was a few. It was a few. It was more than one. Also, I mean, if you want to go in more detail, I know during the COVID pandemic, he had covered up some reports that had occurred in the nursing home. So it's more to the story. But this what brought up, I saw on my feed, Andrew Cuomo accused of sexual harassment in a new lawsuit filed by former executive assistant Brittany uh Cominso. She is accusing him of groping uh her as a file. Oh yeah, so groping. So groping is the allegation. Once again, former governor has denied. He so it says right here he did resign as governor in August of 2021. Um, but now Brittany Cominso says, okay, she worked for Cuomo starting in 2017. She filed a lawsuit on yeah. So when he had resigned as governor, it was following sexual misconduct allegations by Cominso and several other women. So her name has been in his she has been vocal about these allegations before. Um I remember hearing Andrew Cuomo defend himself, of course, saying it was false, but then he had said, it's just my culture. I'm a hands-on kind of person. Dumbest thing you can say. Now, Andrew Cuomo was Italian. Uh, regard that it is no, it is absolutely no excuse for you to say in my culture we grope. You don't grope in a culture. You embrace people by shaking hands, giving them a hug. Now in certain cultures, like I know, and I could be wrong, but you know how they people give a kiss on the cheek in some cultures, dap up regardless. But groping is one thing, and again, groping without their consent is another. So sir, come on now. There's also some allegations being made, has filed for current mayor Eric Adams. I hope y'all keeping count of all these names that I'm bringing up here. I really hope you guys are keeping tabs on these names. So this was reported by Axios. New York Mayor Eric Adams accused of sexual assault in 1993. Now, I believe in 1993 he was still on the I think he was still in law enforcement, if I'm not mistaken. Because I do know that was his line of work before he was in political office um was law enforcement. But again, I'm not gonna read too much into uh the Eric Adams one, but just in general, y'all, I mean, there were like allegations after allegations after allegations after allegations. Now, the last one that I'm gonna mention, and then I'm gonna move on to a new topic. Um, actor Jamie Foxx, another Academy Award winning actor, who I'm a massive fan. He's one of the most talented. He's a true entertainer of one of the top tier ones. He sings, he acts, he does stand up. He's plays piano. Um, he had just recovered from a bad stroke a while back, so it's been it's been a while since you've seen him. He has come out with like two films, and two great films. I would say, but this is on let me see, this is reported by CNN, and it says that Jamie Foxx accused of sexual assault in a new lawsuit. um he's facing sexual assault and battery charges in a lawsuit filed last Monday. The alleged incident occurred in 2015 at Catch in the NYC, a popular New York City restaurant, according to the complaint obtained by CNN. Now, it says here CNN has reached out to a representative of for the plaintiff seeking comment, but again, Jane Doe claims uh, the suit that Fox initially and without consent used force to offensively touch the plaintiffs, including groping her breasts and genitals. Now, the complaint alleged Fox seemed intoxicated at the time of the incident. So, we will see. We will see more and more what will be said about this, because being how popular Jamie Foxx is and how, again, how much of a nice guy. Like, there's literally, to my knowledge, there's never been any allegations. You never seen Jamie Foxx involved in a situation like this. Now, the past individuals that I've named earlier, Cuba Gooding Jr., this is not his first hurrah. Diddy, this is not his first hurrah. And former governor of New York City, Andrew Cuomo, that's not his first hurrah. So, to bring, Jamie Foxx is a person who has been loved by so many, and it still is. Again, innocent until proven guilty. Um, it's hard. It's the same reason why people have yet to really recover from Bill Cosby. Now, I'm not comparing Bill Cosby to Jamie Foxx situation, totally different things, but I'm just saying, as far as the way the people embraced and loved this individual. If this is true, which I pray to God that it's not, because I am a huge fan of Jamie Foxx, and it'll be hard if this is true, but he has, since then uh uh you know uh uh, is vocal about his innocence, false accusations, but again, this is some strong uh allegations. uh like my grandma always said, y'all, put it in prayer, keep it in prayer, just keep it in prayer. But I'm gonna move on from all those crazy stories, man. I'm gonna get to another interesting story. So, after Thanksgiving, you always know you got all the sales, right? You got all the sales, a lot of Black Friday shopping, and which I will say this: I've never participated in Black Friday shopping because I don't do good in like packed stores, especially when there's like a super long line and you're waiting for hours. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it. Um, I'm a work smarter, not harder kind of guy, so that's why you get to shop everything online. I love shopping online. I do like going to stores, but I'm an in and out kind of person. I know exactly what I'm gonna get. Have I waited in line before? Yes, but if you realize, in a lot of stores, everything is starting to be like self checkout, except for clothing stores. Clothing stores are not like grocery stores. They don't have nothing but just self checkout. Like, I go to Sam's or any kind of grocery store, they might have one cashier person, like one, and like all 20 of them is all self checkout. Hell, Dollar Tree even has self checkout, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, I don't really participate in Black Friday shopping. But the reason why I bring that up is because a person had made this video and posted it on social media. She was in Target, and when you always have the Black Friday sales, they always place the sales price because of the sale. So now, being that it's Black Friday, you can get this at this price and you can save this much and yada yada yada. So it was so funny. This person recorded, and it's TikTokers are hitting the target to prove that the big box stores Black Friday deals may not be what they seem. So what it is, she shows the Black Friday sale that they have displayed. She goes inside the I guess where they place the price tag in on the sign, peels the original one back, and guess what, y'all? It's the exact same price. The original price is the sale price, the special sale price. So, and she does it to more. She finds it in more than like 2 items that are for sale. So if you go in a store and you're like, "Oh, it's Black Friday shopping. This TV is $430." Guess how much the original price is, guys? $430. I mean, talk about false advertising, talk about lying to the public. Once again, the rich gets richer, the poor gets poor, because people are always assuming that they're catching a great deal. And once again, greed is taken over on so many levels, and this is a perfect example, y'all. And look it up too. Look this up. Just look up Target Black Friday or Target roasted for Black Friday signage. It's hilarious. I'm posting it on my social media. I'm also gonna be of course, I'm giving you my unfiltered opinion on it right now. I think it's BS. I think it's BS. It won't surprise me if it starts becoming a protest for Target. People protest Target and don't shop there in general because it is the holiday season. I know in my area here in Virginia, there is a ton of holiday shopping happening, traffic nonstop, because it's that season, it's that time of the year. So I think that something needs to be said. Somebody needs to speak out. Whoever is the CEO, the president of Target right now, you need to speak out. Was this a manager's role on making sure these prices are changed? Like who's in charge with these prices, right? So I do think there will be a protest. Sorry guys, I got something stuck in my throat. There should be a protest. I hope there will be a protest, and then eventually and don't get me wrong, other stores are probably doing the same thing. Other store, because let's be honest, a lot of these corporate companies, man, they're friends with everybody at all stores. Walmart's friends with Target, Target friends with Walmart. But it's interesting. It really is interesting. Moving on. Actually, let me go take a quick. Let me see if I can get a quick commercial break, and then I'll be back with more here on the Arrington Gavin pod. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Am I gonna do a commercial? I'm thinking about it, y'all. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think I'll do a commercial.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, fam. Back. I had to take a little quick breather there. So, moving on to a new story. A gentleman who is a swimming instructor. His name is Coach Mike. Coach Mike, I believe, is Nitro. Nitro is his last name, and he is going viral, uh, showing how you can turn your pants into a life jacket. Now, Coach Mike is an 11-time NCAA All-American swimmer. He's the owner of Nitro Swimming. On his social media on IG, I'm looking at it right now, Coach Mike Nitro. He shows a lot of tips, swimming tips, to help you swim and all that great stuff. I enjoy watching this because it's kind of, my wife is also she's a collegiate swimmer. She's won plenty of awards for it. She's great at it. She's always taught me the importance of swimming, how it is a survival skill, how everybody and their children should know, especially as people of color and in the African American community. We need to know how to swim. Long story short, because a lot of us are scared of water. But if you can't recall that Alabama brawl on the dock, man, when you saw that black person swim down there, Ricky Smiley called him Pookie Michael Phelps. I mean, he swam, he came up, and then he defended the guy. I mean, you don't see a lot of black people hanging around water. But anyway, continue on this conversation. Coach Mike Nitro, he shows in this video of him jumping in the water, all clothes on, and he says, "Hey, look, boom, you got to take off your shoes, take off your pants." While he's still swimming, while he's still treading water, and he's wearing jeans, he demonstrates how you basically can turn your pants into a life preserve, right? Or a life jacket. It's really cool. It's very interesting, but me, guys, I'm a realist, right? I'm a realist. Now, realistically, if somebody who is not, this is really for people who are great swimmers. If I'm not a great swimmer, or if I can't swim at all, I'm screwed. Because for one, I don't know what treading water is. I'm gonna try to, but now you tell me I gotta get my pants off. I gotta, I'm already freaking out because I'm like, I'm in water. I'm freaking out. Now I gotta do all this time, making sure my pants are tight, and you gotta keep on adding air. Like, it's cool. Again, it's really cool. It's a viral video, but guys, again, let's be realistic. If that happens in the heat of the moment, are you gonna remember all that stuff? Are you just gonna be more I don't know, in shock mode, right? Are you even gonna remember how that process goes? So what I can recommend, guys, get swimming lessons. If you think you're a great swimmer, still get some swimming lessons so you can be amazing at it. One thing my wife recommended too, if that does happen to you, the first thing you always have to remember is to take off your shoes, because taking off your shoes is gonna bring you down. That's added weight. Same for clothes. I mean, just, you got to keep kicking, keep kicking, keep kicking. But yeah, take off your shoes. Not criticizing Coach Mike. I think what he said is very important. So I applaud Coach Mike Nitro for continuing to share this information, because this can be helpful for people. I'm just saying, realistically, it's like, okay, in the heat of the moment, is everybody gonna do that? But at the end of the day, I love what he said. I think it's important. I think it's just, it can start something. It can start saying, hey, look, we might need to get some swimming lessons. Okay. We might need to do some swimming lessons. Now, maybe not now, because it's cold as a mug outside. It is cold. I know we were leaving from South Carolina, man. We were either in South Carolina or North Carolina. It was like 34 degrees. I was taking my dog out, who was very picky, and he was taking his time using the bathroom, and I'm over here freezing. My beard is, frozen and whatnot. It was cold. But yeah, wanted to speak up on that. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Now, I do want to share some awesome news with you. And this is major. I received this message last week, and I was like, you're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. This can't be true. Got some great news, y'all. So when I first started my this journey in media, I started off with a podcast called Our Smooth Club Podcast, a show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. I started during the pandemic because one thing I've always had a passion for was radio. I've always loved radio. I simply just love having conversations with individuals. That's the most fun. I love having kickbacks with friends, having a drink, talking, sharing each other's opinions or thoughts on this story, that story. Just I love having conversations. So I was like, I've been so fortunate as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. I've been so fortunate to build great relationships with people in all industries, whether it's fashion, culinary, um, travel, lifestyle, you name it, entertainment. I've been fortunate to have so many great friends and build so many great contacts. So I'm like, why don't we record and start a podcast, right? Um, the name, the name kind of came about because obviously we got Rugged Evolution Beer Care. Rugged is the new smooth. So I'm like, well, just do R. Like people think it's more like rated R, but it's rugged. At the time, it was with men with facial hair beards. We got our, ruggedness. It was something really just for the men to enjoy. Cause I've noticed that, hey, look, you got the talk, the view, the real. You have all these male dominant platform shows, panel shows, and they're speaking on everyday topics. But when it's men, we don't have that platform. It's always catered to just sports. So don't keep us in a freaking bubble when we know we can obviously share our thoughts on everything, not just sports. So I wanted to start that platform, our Smooth Club. So I started that around like maybe in 2019, 2020 of the pandemic. Um, since then, we used to go on a season based kind of thing. I think we did maybe like 3 or 4 seasons of that show. We put the our Smooth Club kind of like on a hiatus until we just brainstormed on like how we can continue to grow the platform. Um, an opportunity occurred where I could bring our Smooth Club to uh um radio. We started off with our Smooth Club with maybe like 4 or 5, maybe like 4 hosts, myself, and then like 3 kind of like uh uh recurring hosts. Then we went down to bring it down a notch. It was myself, my friend, comedian Ciroc Fox, and my bro, Jonathan Jones, who's a business owner. And then we kept on continuing to shorten up. Then it was just myself and Ciroc. When we brought it to radio, we started off with our Smooth Club Live. And it was just myself and Ciroc. And we really didn't talk too much about the whole everyday men discuss every topic kind of thing. And then we wanted to rebrand. We know, okay, we're on radio. This is a whole different monster now. This is not podcast. We gotta straighten this up. We end up changing the name to Our Smooth Club Presents In Your City. Now, In Your City was a show, or still is a platform that my brother Ciroc, comedian Ciroc Fox, he hosted a YouTube show called In Your City. And so basically two businesses, two corporations merged together, and we create Our Smooth Club Presents In Your City. Which again turned into a radio show. You can radio show and podcast. You can still listen to the audio on podcast as well as on our YouTube show. So we have always been growing. Since then, we are now In Your City has, wow, I think we've have over 30 episodes on radio by itself. Um, since our Smooth Club in general, because our Smooth Club Media is now an LLC, so we have shows like our, you can still listen to past episodes of our Smooth Club podcast. You got In Your City up there. You have my podcast, the Arrington Gavin podcast. It's a lot of content, y'all. I mean, this podcast alone has 44, I believe, 44 episodes. We continue to grow and grow and grow the platform. The reason why I bring all this up, y'all, is because we have been nominated for Best Podcast for the 2023 Blendsville Awards. Now, Blendsville's award is an award ceremony. This is the inaugural award show that's happening in Virginia Beach, Virginia. It is a show that is catered to promote and to showcase and to give their flowers to content creators, artists, musicians, you name it, in the Hampton Roads area. We are honored to be nominated with some of the top heavy hitters in podcasting, in content creating here in Virginia and really just around the world. One of those podcasts, Wait a Gam Minute podcast, and Then We podcast. Chill is just a podcast, just another podcast, and then the Off World podcast. Now, I'll Wait Again Minute is very hot. And then We Podcast is a podcast I subscribe and I tune into. They are a massive, it's a husband and wife. They are killing the game. And they're people that we hope to continue to grow and get to their level, because we are still a growing show, independent show. But it's with the thanks of you all that continue to tune into our shows all the time. Subscribe, follow. Um, I truly appreciate it. We all truly appreciate it. Our radio show, In Your City, which airs every Sundays at 12 p.m. on WNSB 91.1 FM. You can tune in, check that out. Hosted by myself, my good brother, comedian Ciroc Fox, and my sis, hustle queen, Miss Michelle Young. As well, we got to shout out our amazing producer, Cam Godley, because without him and the help of hybrid production, I mean, none of this will ever be capable or possible at all. Um, Again, I'm just an individual here, and we all are. We're people trying to continue to have fun, inform the community, and give our unfiltered opinion on some of these crazy stuff that happens in our world. And it's with all that hard work, man. I mean, now we're nominated for best podcast, so we're truly, truly, truly honored, and we hope to take the gold. We hope to take the gold. We really do. Um, but yeah, so that's the big news, y'all. That's the big news. Nominated for best podcast by the Blensville Awards 2023 Blensville Awards. I know the ceremony will be happening this weekend, so I I don't know what I'm gonna wear because I was just so shocked at the whole entire thing. But yeah, y'all. Yeah. I'm hype about it. I'm hype. Until next time, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Again, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast. So wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Haiti, what else did I forget? Any Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. Hey, tune into follow our Smooth Club Media, and you will get all of our amazing content shows like the Arrington Gavin podcast. Also, follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel, our Smooth Club Media on YouTube. Our subscriptions continue to grow and grow and grow. We truly appreciate it. Our Facebook page, our Smooth Club Podcast, our Twitter page, our Smooth Club Media. Am I forgetting anything, guys? I think that's all. But like I said, till next time, I'm gonna come with you with some more great stories this Wednesday. But look, y'all, be easy, stay blessed out there, stay safe, and yeah, I will see you next time.